Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about Ultra.io and their native token, the UOS. Ultra is a relatively simple concept to understand. What they want to be is a video game store. So they want you to be able to log on their app or on their website and buy your favorite game with their token. After that, you'll have it in your Ultra library, which means that you can either contemplate all of your games or actually launch it from there and then just start playing. So in a recap, it's going to be Netflix, but you own the stuff and it's for games. What do I mean by you own the stuff? It means that the games, once you buy them, they're yours, and we'll talk about that more later on. Now, what problem do they solve? For the creators, they're going to be solving a major problem, which is the gaming oligopoly. At the moment, publishing in video games is ruled by very few companies that have a very big market share. These companies are Steam, Apple, Google, Microsoft, Tencent, and these like say 6 companies have 95% of the market share in video games. It's just in publishing video games, and it's just crazy. You have to go through them if you want people to be able to access your games. And this means, as they know it, that they'll be taking a huge cut in whatever the player pays. So for example, Apple and Google take a 30% cut on anything you do through their stores. So if you buy a new skin for your Doodle Jump guy, and it costs $1, Apple will be taking 30 cents, which is enormous when you think of it. And Steam will be taking 15% on each transaction. So when you get a skin, you have to pay 15% to get it, and when you sell it to someone else, you'll pay another 15%. So they're basically getting infinity supply depending on how many times the skin is sold, which is also insane. So for creators, they'll be able to dodge that massive tax or that massive, let's say, fee just by going through someone else. So this is a big win for them. And for the players, they'll be owners of what they buy. So once you buy the game, it's yours and you can do whatever you want with it. So you can play it, but once you're done with it, you can lend it, give it, or even sell it, which means that you can make money once you're done playing a game. Or not make money, but at least fetch some back. So it will be maybe a little bit more profitable to play when you're able to sell the game after you're done with it. So it's a big win for the creators because they'll be getting more money for the same thing, and a big win for the players because they'll be getting more money for the same thing. As I've just mentioned, the target audience is therefore going to be the players. First of all, because they're going to be the ones playing the games and buying stuff on the games, and to do that, they're going to have to buy the token. And also the creators, because they're going to be the ones that are going to publish the games and make money off the games, and they're going to be making some UOS tokens instead of dollars, for example, which means that there's going to be a lot of demand and circulation for the token. And if the platform does well, the game makers will even be making money on the money that they already have. So let's say they get 10 UOS, if it goes up 10%, they'll have 10% more than what they had when the player paid it. So I think it's a good idea to cut that big intermediary and to just bring these two entities closer together and give them a better retribution of what they have at the moment. Now, what is it worth and where can it go? And this is a slide where I talk about the metaverse hype that Ultra has seen in the past few weeks. Same as Engine, both these tokens have profited a lot from the recent surge in the metaverse that occurred, which means that the prices may not be the best indicator of what it should be worth right now. I want to compare it to all of these companies. The first one being Odyssey. Odyssey wants to replace YouTube basically by offering a service with fewer ads and where they give crypto to people that use the platform a lot. Engine is an NFT distributor, so you own the image that you buy. Now, Odyssey is worth, if Ultra UOS was at the same market cap as Odyssey, it would be worth about 2 cents, which is a lot less than it's worth right now. But if it was worth the same thing as Engine, it would be worth $11. Now, what you can do as a little exercise is try to locate, is that a good idea, is it not, and find another company you think has an idea with just as much potential. And then you can compare the market caps to try and locate how much you think the token should be worth. It can work that way, and you'll maybe see that UOS is overvalued or undervalued, but on the long run, I think it's a good idea nonetheless. We can also compare it to the uncomparable, which is the stock market, big players like Spotify and Netflix. If Ultra was worth the same thing as Spotify, the token would be worth $166, and if it was the same thing as Netflix, it would be worth more than $1,000. Now, I'm not saying that Ultra is going to become a FANG company like Netflix is, but it does have potential. Not $1,000 potential in my opinion, at least not right now, but it does have a lot of potential. Let's aim for that $3 first. Now, as a conclusion, I do think that it is hyped up and that at the moment I didn't even manage to get the app running, so I don't see why it surged so much. The idea seems to be running the price more than anything else, and the idea that it's linked to the metaverse because there's going to be lots of video games that are going to be linked to cryptocurrency on it seem to have hyped up the app a lot as well. So I would be really careful about that. But nonetheless, it is a very good idea and it is a solution to an obvious problem in my opinion. I think you can agree. And if you do know anyone that creates video games, or if you have yourself published anything, I'd love you to drop a comment in the description. In the comment section to say what you think. And with that said, I wish you a very pleasant afternoon or evening or day. Cheers.